Friends will come, friends will go. They all seem to change while I'm still the same. 'Cause I just can't let go. And there's no one to blame. It's just the way it is. Like stone, emotionless in this world of stories. Oh, like stone, I'll be here forever, waiting for your call.
Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new vlog. Today we're going to be spending our day in Williamsburg. And as you just saw, I feel like one of the best ways to arrive into Williamsburg is taking the New York City Ferry. If you buy a pack of tickets instead of buying just one, it's about the same price as the New York City subway. And as you can probably tell, the views are a lot nicer than being underground. Plus, this area in Williamsburg is not really well connected. You have the L train and the G train, but apart from that, it's not the easiest to get to. So if you can take the ferry, I feel like that is a great option. You can take it from Midtown, you can take it from downtown. Overall, thumbs up. So in this area where we are right now is called North Williamsburg, and the plan for today is basically have lunch with a friend. We are going to one of my favorite places in this area, which is Juliette's. It's a French restaurant. The first time I was there, I think it was back in either 2014 or 2015. I've gone back multiple times. Their food is really nice. The restaurant itself is really nice. And then we're planning on walking around the area and also getting to hit some vintage stores. Personally, I don't think I know a lot about vintage stores, but my friend who I'm meeting, Barbie, who you've met before, she was in my previous vlog, she really does have an eye when it comes to vintage, to secondhand shopping. So I feel like she'll be a great addition to this vlog and be the expert here. So that's the plan for today. The idea is to give you a glimpse of what Williamsburg is like. I feel like it's a very popular neighborhood in New York, but maybe if you're coming for the first or second time, it could be a great spot to visit, to go out of the usual routes, to get out of Manhattan, come to Brooklyn. So I want to show you through these videos, through these vlogs, what things you can do in New York City if you live in the city and you want to play tourist, or if you're coming from abroad. So that's going to be what we're going to do today and on this vlog. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed already, my name is Flor. I post New York City content. Hit the subscribe button down below, hit the notification bell so you can get notified of every time I upload a new video, which is every week. And you can also follow me on Instagram as Pereira, as you can see here. Now, and as I always say, let's go.
There is a life I lead in this city, hurrying to cup my tea. I can take what I need to get by. It doesn't make it easy. The other piece of my heart moves slow, somewhere in the great unknown. When I return from the afterglow, will you carry me like I am whole again? Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone. Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone.
So we finished our vintage shopping.
We went thrifting.
Yes, I really want to see what the Williamsburg, Brooklyn vintage shopping vibe was all about. I feel like I've been to a couple of shops, times, but not quite a lot. I feel like you have a lot more experience when it comes to vintage shopping. What would you say are your like best tips for someone who's doing it for the first time, maybe?
In New York? Well, I think like for a first timer, it can be a little bit overwhelming, thrifting.
True. Yeah.
Like whenever like people talk about thrifting and vintage, everyone's like, oh my God, it's the best thing, you gotta try it. But I'm telling you, it's gonna be overwhelming at first. If you wanna go to places that are very curated and they're very like organized, then they're gonna be more expensive, you know? Like the real vintage prices, thrifting prices, you're gonna find them in the places that you will have to like,
Yeah.
you know? So for example, like my favorite thrift places are in Bushwick, actually.
Okay.
Like Deep Brooklyn. They're called Le Point Value and Urban Jungle or L Train. I know there's an Urban Jungle in Soho, I think.
And I think there's an L train somewhere else as well.
Yeah, I feel like they have other locations, but the one in Bushwick, I like it like better. I think they have great prices. But yeah, again, it's gonna be overwhelming at first. You're gonna go like with a mindset of like, I'm going to find this.
Or also know like exactly what you're looking for. Either I want jeans, or I want short jeans, or I want like a long dress, or a skirt.
Yeah, definitely.
Or a jacket. Yeah.
Yeah, like for example, I think like vintage is great for leather jackets.
Yes, true.
Like whenever someone says
or like varsity blazers.
Definitely. Like whenever someone says like, I want a leather jacket, I'm like, go vintage.
Yes.
Like don't you dare buy a leather jacket if it's not vintage.
True.
Because you will find like great things for amazing prices. But again, you will have to like go in with the mindset of I'm gonna look for this and go with time. Go with time. Like not be on a hurry. Because if you're in a hurry, you're gonna get overwhelmed. You're gonna be like, oh my God, I need.
And you're gonna lose patience.
Yes,
really
definitely.
quick. Yeah.
But today we went to Awoke Vintage.
I feel
Very
like
cute shop.
What I like about that one is that it's on the smaller side.
Yeah, it's on the smaller side, definitely.
Very curated, so it doesn't feel
very
as
cute.
overwhelming.
And they have things like if you're not that much into vintage stuff because you don't like them, they also have like regular stuff.
Yeah,
You know, like I
brand
bought
new.
this
the sunglasses.
The sunglasses.
I feel
They're
like
not
the
vintage.
accessories over there were the best. Like both the
Amazing.
sunglasses and the earrings and the rings.
They were so
Yes,
cute.
so
Yeah,
cute,
they had like great stuff. It's like a very curated place, so you will find cute things. I bought like some cute things there over the years, and then we went to Crossroads. That for me, it's one of my favorites.
I feel like
Williamsburg.
Crossroads is the one that probably feels the most overwhelming because it's really, really big. But what I like about them is that they really have everything like really well categorized, you know? They have, okay, t-shirts over there, and then dresses over here, and blazers, and they also have everything divided not only by color, which is like the norm, but also by sizes.
Yes.
That was so helpful.
It is so helpful because sometimes when you go into vintage, it's like, oh my God, I love this, but then you try it on and it's like super
Too
small.
big or
Yeah,
too-
that happens. But in Crossroads, what I like is that I found really cute stuff for really good prices. Like they have great prices.
Yes, and they had like a selection where it was like 50% off.
Yeah, it was like a leather pants for $9.
Yes.
And they were really cute. And then we went to Beacon's Closet.
Yes.
Which is a favorite of
Yes,
everyone.
a staple.
It's
Yeah,
a staple.
true.
And they divide everything by color. So when you enter the place, like, oh, this is so cute.
I mean, the place is beautiful, but what I didn't quite like was the fact that they didn't have everything by sizes.
Yeah.
Which I feel like can be frustrating because maybe, as you mentioned before, it's like, oh, you really like a skirt, but then it's like it's too small.
Yeah.
And then you're like looking around, and if something catches your attention, then you have to like double check that it fits your size.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I like Beacon's Closet, but then again, I feel like it's a place I have to go with mindset.
Yes.
Like, okay, I want to find this. I'm gonna look for this. And if you are looking for a specific kind of color, like sometimes I'm in a red mood.
Yeah,
And I'm
me
like, I
too.
want something red. So I
Yes.
go to because
We love red.
We love red.
And not only Taylor Swift, the
Definitely.
color.
And when I'm looking for something like specific in some color, I like to go to Beacon's Closet.
Yes.
Because they have like great color division and they have cute stuff. But yeah, definitely like if I have to choose one from the ones that we went, I gotta go for Crossroads.
Yeah, me
because
too. I would say the same because they have like a good selection, like lots of things to
Yeah.
choose from, but also really well
Definitely.
organized. Yeah.
And there are like great vintages in this like zone. There's another vintage that we didn't go, but it's called Seven Wonders.
Okay.
It's so good. So
I'll include all the
nice.
links and all the details in the
Please,
description
it's
box.
really, really
yes.
nice, really, really cute. And right next there, like there are some antique shops, vintage, that are really cute to like go vintage shopping.
And something that I feel like we should also like point out, it's like you will find like lots of brands and things that are, I would say, full on vintage, like from 20, 30, 50 years ago, and maybe some high-end brands. But also I saw a lot of like H&M and
Yeah.
Zara, Free People. It's like you're also going to find like streetwear.
Yeah, definitely.
For like a cheaper price, of course, but it's not only like high end. Like I
No.
saw Prada shoes, and I saw like
A Calvin Klein
yeah,
skirt
and the
for
one you tried on was
Isabel Marant.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're gonna find those stuff, but also things that are like
Gap, Forever 21.
Yeah.
You're gonna find like anything in a vintage. That's the thing. Like
It's a
you,
mix.
You gotta go and start looking.
yeah. So I feel like for me, I usually find it very overwhelming in general, as you mentioned. But also
I think it's
feel-
practice.
Yes, yeah. And also, even if you don't buy anything, I
It's
feel
nice
like
to look at things.
It's like
Yeah,
it's still
definitely.
like a good like day activity, you know. Like you come here to Williamsburg, and then you go for
Yeah.
lunch, and then go like vintage shopping or vintage like window shopping for like 2 hours or so, and then
Definitely.
you grab a coffee.
Definitely. I feel like it's a plan. Like the other day I went also like vintage. I didn't buy anything, but I was just like, let's go to see some vintage, you
Yeah.
know? And you go to this like, well, if you go to Soho, there's so many like the Vintage Twin, the Real Real,
Yeah.
like so many places that they sell like high-end brands. Vintage, they're going to be expensive. They're not
Yeah.
going to be cheap. But it's nice to see those things. Like it's nice to like just look at them.
It also like it can help you like get inspired.
Definitely.
You're like, oh wait, I do have this at home. I could wear this
Definitely.
or that, or maybe you see something and you're like, okay, maybe it helps you see if you're into a new trend or
Yeah,
not. You
definitely.
know? Maybe
I-
you try a couple of like I don't know white like pants. You're like, oh, maybe not
Yeah.
for me, or oh,
Definitely.
okay.
I mean, I'm still haunted by a Prada set that I saw at a Milan vintage shop.
That will include a photo.
I will like this Prada set haunts me till this day, and I of course didn't buy it because it was expensive, but I was so inspired by it.
I read, I think, a quote on Twitter or something like that that said that at night I am haunted by all the vintage things that I didn't buy. You know.
Definitely, yeah, that was me.
If you like something, it's
Yeah.
really one of a kind. I mean, not with all brands, but with most brands and things, it's like really one of a kind. So if you like something, maybe have a coffee, think about it, and then go back, because otherwise it's going to haunt you.
I'm the person that says like go buy it. If you keep thinking about it, just go do it.
And we have a friend of ours that always says like, if you can think like 7 or 10 different ways of wearing this with the things that you already own, you know, if you get a skirt, like say, oh, I can do it with this like a white shirt that I have and
Yeah.
a t-shirt, and I can wear it with sneakers and
And
heels.
it's not only like basic stuff, you know? Like one thing that happened to me, it was like I was on a trip with my friends and I saw this skirt and I was like, girls, I'm in love with this skirt. And they were like, when are you gonna wear that skirt? Because it was not like a basic skirt.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna wear it every day of my life. I promise you that. And
Yeah.
it happened. I wear it every day. It's the light blue skirt.
Oh, yeah, I know.
It's from Agni Studios.
I feel
love
like it's
it.
good to know that not only like a pair of jeans and a white shirt can be basics. For you, a basic can be like
Basics.
an animal print dress. That can be
Definitely.
basic.
Oh, we love animal print.
I think it really depends, and it's
And what your basics are.
Yeah.
You know, it's like whenever you feel like you're in love with a pair of clothing, like whatever, you gotta go for it.
And good thing about a Beacon Closet and Crossroads
Crossroads.
is that you can also sell your stuff
Yeah.
there. If you're looking to get rid of some things or maybe make space in your closet, if you live in New York or somewhere else where your closet is not that big, you probably
Yeah.
are like, you have this rule of like maybe one thing comes in
Yes.
and one thing has to go. So it could be
Most
a
of
great
like
idea.
cities around the world have places like that. Like in Buenos Aires, you have a lot of places that accept clothes and they do like this upcycle.
Yeah,
which
here
is great.
in the city there are like places where you can donate. The city has like boxes where you can donate. But if there's something that you're like, oh, maybe this could be worth some money, or maybe I like it really cost me like a certain amount of money and I don't want to like lose all that. So good to
Definitely.
know that you can also sell apart from like buying.
It's a win-win.
Yes.
And now we're having coffee.
Yes. Great day of like lunch, shopping, and now coffee.
Girl stuff.
So cheers.
you want to leave this place where we grew up, this old town, just put it all behind. Remember you and I would always find somewhere to hide when we were kids, so we could see and hear the water run. The river's gonna cry when you're gone. You miss the ones you know. I'll be here, hanging on, waiting for your call. Seems like time as a wave passing by, leave a mark in our minds to turn to memories. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're gone.
So lunch done, vintage shopping done, and coffee done, and that brings us to the end of this vlog of this day in Williamsburg. Honestly, I feel like this could be maybe the perfect kind of day or half day if you are visiting New York, if you want to come to this area of Brooklyn, if you want to do this kind of activities. I feel like this vlog, this video could be a great inspiration in terms of where to eat, where to drink something, and also where to shop. Even if you don't end up buying anything, at least I feel like going into a vintage store is an experience. It really is part of what really makes this neighborhood, and part of New York City in general. If you like clothes, you know that this is a great city to buy vintage clothing. So hope you really like this vlog. If that is the case, of course, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. As I mentioned in the intro, I post videos every week, so you're going to see and find a lot of new New York City videos, New York City content and vlogs. So if you like that, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and you can also follow me on Instagram at Pereira, as you can see here, for more fashion, lifestyle content, and of course, New York City. That is going to be it for today's video. I will see you on the next one. Bye!
You want to leave this place where we grew up, this old town, just leave it all behind. The river's gonna cry when you're gone.